Yo, what's crackalackin', guys? We're back with another Wi-Fi battle again today, and I'm bringing the same team from last time since it did so well. Today we got a little bit more of a challenge in Lucas, who's bringing a Sylveon, Metagross, Lucario, Salamence, the god-awful Talonflame, who I always hate, the bane of my existence, and another Greninja. So let's get into it. Chose Music 9 for this, by the way, in case any of you wanted to know what I listen to. Not that I post it with the music anyways, but yeah. So Lucas is issuing a challenge. As usual, I'm going to lead off with Klefki again. Pretty much my go-to. At least, you know what? Even if I lead with Klefki and he leads with something that can kill it, at least I can get off a light screen, thanks to Prankster. So he's going to go right into Talonflame, which I pretty much expected. So I'm expecting a Fire-type attack right now. And I got a big surprise for this guy. Gonna go back into my Jurassic first because I want those stealth rocks up just in case he switches out this Talonflame. That's the one thing, you know, I'd rather have indirect damage dealt to this thing than me having to deal with it directly. Though my Groudon does carry Stone Edge, I'd rather have the stealth rocks just like mess it up. Anyways, goes for a Brave Bird. Groudon's gonna take that nicely. I mean, it's a wall, my physical wall, so yeah. So I get the rocks up, which is nice. And you know, if I led with Groudon in the first place, this battle would have probably been going downhill. A lot more, the momentum probably would certainly been more in his favor. So that's why I led with Klefki despite seeing the Talonflame. Now, am I crazy or what? I bring back Klefki, but it can take a Brave Bird pretty well as well, being a Steel type. And now, I want to set up that Reflect, because even if what I'm planning to do next goes horribly wrong, at least I had that Reflect up to, you know, absorb a little extra Brave Bird damage from someone who wouldn't be able to take it as well. Anyways, I take a Fire Blast in the sun. It's no small feat for a Klefki. Anyways, I really should have switched into Arsenio before, but whatever, I do it now, and get the nice Flash Fire boost. Which was probably a big surprise to him, and luckily the sun just dies out, so, you know. I had a brain freeze there. Honestly, I go for a Wild Charge here. I'm kind of wondering if he really remembered that some Arcanines do carry it. And I think I said this last episode, but I really regret not having Morning Sun on my Arcanine here, because it really would have helped balance out all the times he hurts himself from all his attacks. Okay, so there's no way I'm outspeeding a Greninja with a Wild Charge, so I gotta get back. Predicting that water move, I go right back into Jacko, my Lantern. And she gets that nice water absorb. And of course the light screen wears off. But luckily enough, for those of you who don't know, Jacko carries the Assault Vest, so she's a especially defensive monster. So he sends out a Metagross. You know, and I went for a Charge Beam, which is, look at this right here. I'm surprised that it did as much damage as it did. But good stuff, Jacko. Gonna go back into Shade, predicting an Earthquake here, because that's the most logical thing. And of course he does go for that, so good prediction there. Gonna go for a U-turn for some neutral damage. And that does a nice amount too. Considering Shade's not holding a Life Orb anymore, he's holding a King's Rock, believe it or not. Just gonna go back into Arsenio, hoping it can take a Psychic, if that's what he chooses to go for, which he does. Knowing that my light screen is not up anymore, I live it with 33 HP. And at this point, I'm like, ah, crap, don't go for the Bullet Punch. And he doesn't, so I guess he doesn't carry it. So I just decide to take him out with a classic Flare Blitz, hoping my Arcanine can live the recoil. If I do say so myself, that was a waste of Metagross. And now the Reflect wears off. So he brings in Juka, his Lucario. Had I had a bit more health, I could have just went for another Flare Blitz, but I'm going to save my Arcanine just in case I need to use its extreme speed for later. That always comes in handy. So it's a Mega, it's Mega Lucario, and he's probably going to go for a Fighting type move here. Oh no, sorry, a normal extreme speed. Yeah, that's what I would have went for too, seeing my Arcanine went as low as HP as it did have. So he's going to get off another attack here, close combat. And unfortunately, it takes out Jacko. But at least his defense gets lowered. So right now I'm thinking, you know what, even with those stat lowers, I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Thunder Wave on this thing to slow it down. Hopefully I can take this extreme speed. I should really be able to, and I do. So I get this Thunder Wave off. So at least this thing's slow as heck now, so I can bring in someone else to finish him off. And he goes with a withdrawal. Sends out a Salamence. So at this point, I really wish I would have went right into Arsenio here to take that flash fire from whatever fire attack he's about to launch at me, but I said, you know what? I'd rather just have the Reflect out for some physical coverage. Salamence, you can take me out if you need to. And that was Klefki's main job throughout this battle. So, like I said, it goes down to a Fire Blast, but it did its job. So now I'm going to go ahead and send in Arsenio. And the reason for that is I had to make sure that I was faster than it so I could hit this Outrage. If I wasn't, that would have been a stupid play on my part. But luckily I do. Didn't think he was expecting Outrage from an Arcanine. That's pretty much why I didn't put Morning Sun on, or Crunch. So he brings back out his Juka, his Mega Lucario, and I pretty much let him take care of Arsenio. Would have been nice to get a Flare Blitz off on it, but it outspeeds me either way with extreme speed. So I go back and threaten him with my Groudon here, with the Earthquake. But I think he might switch out at this point, so I end up going for a Fire Punch, which he does switch out. And it's perfect because he goes into a Sylveon, which is specially defensive, I believe. Anyways, so the sun's up, so I said it's a nice day for a Fire Punch, take it to your face. Hoping for the burn, not that it would affect Sylveon's attacks, but don't get it anyways. So I'm gonna recall Groudon here, go back into my Fairy Killer in Shade, just to threaten him out again, because I really want him to bring back that Mega Lucario. I really want to take that thing out. Goes for a Drain Kiss. Just kiss my bat, man. That's not cool. Anyways, he withdraws the Sylveon, Geist or Gis, whatever its name is, goes back out into Juka, which is perfect, and I would have went for the Brave Bird if I had thought he would stayed in, so I just go for the U-turn. Slowly chipping away at this thing. I mean, the Stealth Rocks are definitely helping every time he switches out, and I'm just like, man, it's all about a game of musical chairs now. Switching in, switching out, and switching all about. So my Groudon's ready to put in some serious work here. He's gonna withdraw again, as I thought he would. He goes into Froggy this time. I forgot this thing was still kicking. But, it is, there it is. So I don't think this thing's gonna respond very well to an Earthquake. Greninjas are frail as frick, so they're not really strong like a brick. Yeah, I know that rhymes, that's why I said it. So that's another Pokemon I don't have to worry about as my Reflect wears off, which is not the most ideal screen I would have wanted to wear off first, but whatever. He's probably going to predict another Earthquake, but he stays in anyways, which surprises me. I guess he really didn't have a choice considering that Sylveon would have did the same thing. If I was him though, I would have at least tried to damage me and then bring the Lucario to get off an extreme speed. But now the light screen wears off, and he sends out Geist, and you know, I can't let the battle just finish like that. I gotta go back into someone special, someone who just makes the team. I built the team around this guy. Django the Victory Bell. So he goes around Moonblast, which I thought Django would take pretty well, being a poison type. And now, the Django Power Whip! And it takes him out. I had to say that. I had to end the battle with him. But yeah. Pretty good battle. It was fun overall. I mean, this is a really fun team to use just because of that balance of Flash Fire, Water Absorb, and Groudon's ground typing. As well as Shade's flying typing. So, anyways, yeah. If you guys like what you've seen here, don't forget to smash that like button for some more crazy unorthodox teams I'm going to be putting together. I'm thinking of having a Sand or Hail team next, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, until next time guys, peace.